There is my superstar. Okay, so we took her to the vets this morning as scheduled, and I knew they were going to keep her. When me and Dan were having a look at her gum last night, it just didn't look good. And then as soon as the vet looked inside her mouth this morning, I could see that like this hole in her gum was just not going away. And the vet was like, yeah, well, we need to keep her, we need to stitch this up. She did say that it was looking better than it did on the Tuesday, but just to have left it would have just meant a much slower healing process for her, and you know, just potentially more pain and more complications, because obviously it's a hole in her gum, it's leaving her open to infections and stuff. She was not in a particularly great way this morning. She hates going to the vets, obviously. She hates being in the car when she was sat in her carrier, because it's one where you can just like detach the lid off. And the vet was looking at her. I said to Dan, she's trembling, and she was just shaking like a little leaf. So the vet was like, I'm going to get her surgery done first, because you know this is clearly stressing her out, and we just need to keep her here as little as possible. So we took her at 9 o'clock, and the vet said that I should be able to pick her up around like 1:ish. She was amazing. She went and spoke to one of her colleagues and then came back to me and said, we're not going to charge you for the procedure, we're just going to charge you for the anaesthetic. So thankfully this has been a bit cheaper than I was originally anticipating. They phoned Dan for some reason, like his phone number's there, my phone number's there, and you know, I circled mine and was like, please call this one. But they phoned him instead, and he didn't answer his phone because he was getting ready for work, but she left a voicemail, which then we picked up, and my phone was like, yep, I will come and get her at 1:30. And so she's home. They said she's doing really well. She was eating out of their hands. She couldn't eat out of the bowl, and so I'll feed her a little bit before I go to work. So I get to feed her out of my hand. I'm looking forward to that. And then I'll get Dan to feed her a little bit more when he gets home, and he'll have to hand feed her, and we'll probably both just have to hand feed her for a couple of days, but that's okay. And then she needs to go back in a week for another checkup, which I'm going to do my best to try and get done on Thursday, because I'm off work on Thursday. I'm going away for a couple of days next week. I'm going to see my mum, and we're going to London, so I will be doing some videos, because it's a really nice area where my mum lives, and I'll do a whole separate video about what we're going to be doing. Let me just see if I can go find her again. She's like really, really chatty at the moment. Oh god, it's too dark in here. Yes, you are beautiful. She's got this really funny, like, glassed over look in her eyes at the moment, and it's like just from the meds and stuff, but she looks really funny, and she'll be like rolling around on the carpet and stuff soon. And she was doing that last time, and Dan was like, it's like she's on pills, and everything's just like, oh my god, this feels amazing. So that's fun to watch. Right, I'm gonna go and try and chill out for a bit and have some cuddles with my baby before I go to work. And I've no idea what I'm doing this weekend, so depending on what I'm doing depends on if I do any videos and what kind of videos I do, but I'm sure I'll think of something. Hope everybody has a good weekend, and payday, and woohoo! Adios!